No. So why never did they bring it out when it's so inferior to the others?
They needed a product for Christmas, and Mario Brothers 3 wasn't ready yet. So Mario Brothers 2 was a really great way of purchasing a pre-existing engine. And a video game engine is basically a bunch of code that sort of defines what the game already is.
Yes.
And then putting their characters into that pre-existing
Wow, so
engine.
they basically just put faces onto blank characters.
Right.
So that's pretty interesting what Carl was just saying there about the game that the fans weren't entirely happy with. Because it kind of says that behind the fun and the magic and the face of Nintendo that they want us to see, the fans at least recognise that there are hard business strategies at work, and somebody somewhere is making a lot of money out of them.
I wanted to find out the secret of Miyamoto's talent and just how he's benefited from the vast profits made from his games. So I headed for Sonobe near Kyoto, where he grew up. His Quest games capture the spirit of childhood adventure. He says the inspiration came from the countryside and sites near his home he explored as a child.
You can just imagine a young Miyamoto when he got out of school coming up here and playing around with all these sculptures. It looks so much like the graphics for Zelda, it's uncanny.
We gate-crashed a coming-of-age ceremony at Miyamoto's old school.
Hello, konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Do you know the man who invented Donkey Kong?
Mr. Miyamoto.
Yeah, Mr. Miyamoto. And what do you think of the fact that Shigeru Miyamoto, that famous man who invented Mario, comes from Sonobe?
I'm proud of him. His games are world famous.
Yes, could I speak to Mr. Miyamoto's secretary, please? Yeah.
It was time to put questions to the man himself.
So Mr. Miyamoto said yes to an interview. I also asked Mr. Yamauchi. As yet, he said no, but at least we'll get to find out what Miyamoto's got to say.
Thousands of miles away in Hollywood, Carl had some tough questions for Miyamoto. So before I went to Nintendo, I chatted with him over the internet.
Hey Carl, how you doing?
Hey, good to see you again, Libby.
Have you got your questions ready?
Yes, I actually do.
Fire away then.
I was kind of curious as to the whole Super Mario Brothers 2 Doki Doki Panic thing. I would like to know more about the story behind that and why, instead of building a game from scratch, they used a pre-existing game and put Mario characters into it.
Okay, and anything else?
Yes, actually, I would like to know, since Miyamoto has been on the board, I want to make sure he's still getting hands-on with the games, and I'm just curious as to how much personal input he has on the games.
I'll definitely ask him that, Carl. Is that it?
Yeah, that's about it. I can't wait to hear what his responses were.
Okay, well, I'll speak to you soon.
Bye.
Nintendo has recently moved to new offices on the outskirts of Kyoto.
So that's the mighty Nintendo. It's quite plain. Looks like a private hospital. So I can't quite believe that this is a games company. It's the quietest office building I've ever been in my life. It's the shiniest. The artwork looks like something out of an old people's home. So Yuka, where is Mr. Yamauchi's office? Right, through that door. Can we go and see him?
No, I don't think he's here today.
Oh, isn't he? Oh, that's a shame. I've been trying to meet him and he seems to keep slipping away from me. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Miyamoto, thank you for the interview. How do you feel about having reached a kind of level of celebrity, not just in Japan but across the world? Are you comfortable with that kind of attention?
I feel very embarrassed when strangers come up to me or ask for my autograph. I don't feel comfortable about that. But my ambition was to have my games used by many people. That's why I joined Nintendo, to be able to fulfill that ambition.
So Carl has given me some questions to put to Mr. Miyamoto, and if I don't do it, he'll kill me, so here we go. Mr. Miyamoto, apparently American fans were disappointed with Mario Brothers 2. Did you have much input into it? Because they think you didn't. They think it was similar to Doki Doki Panic.
It's Super Mario 2.
I was involved in making Doki Doki Panic as well. I understand that real Mario fans are not fond of the flavours it contains, but I did take part in making it. The American version of Super Mario 2 was made by modifying Doki Doki Panic, which was launched in Japan.
I think that's what Carl thought you did.
That was a real fanatics question.
Oh, was it? Hey, well done, Carl. Carl's second question is, what is your role now? Because fans are concerned that you don't have enough input into the games. Now you're in a more supervisory role.
I'm involved in the making of some games, and I take a supervisory or advisory role for the others. I wasn't deeply involved in any recently launched games, so I'm thinking of launching my own game soon. The company knows that I'm more of use in making games than in managing employees, so don't worry.
Now for some difficult questions. What about his relationship with Yamauchi? And is he still a salaryman?
Nintendo became so successful off the back of Mr. Yamauchi's strategy and your creativity. What is the relationship like between you and Mr. Yamauchi?
Because I'm younger than Mr. Yamauchi, for him, I'm like a son rather than like a colleague or a rival. I'm from the first generation which Mr. Yamauchi treated very generously, as if we were his children. Sometimes I brought a new idea to him. He liked the idea and gave me permission to work on it on my own initiative. He was a brilliant sponsor for me.
Mr. Yamauchi has made billions and billions of dollars as the president of Nintendo, but I understand that you forfeited royalties for these games and stayed as a salaryman. Surely that was crazy thing to do.
I like my work. To be honest with you, I've always been given enough money to spend on my projects. I think I'm most fortunate that I can spend as much money as I want on what I enjoy doing most. I don't have to shoulder the risk with regard to my trade. Taking a risk means earning a lot of money, but I don't have to.
Well, I'm still not sure whether Mr. Miyamoto is in the same outrageous fortune bracket as Mr. Yamauchi, but he certainly seemed happy with his lot. But what of the future for Nintendo without Mr. Yamauchi? Can it recover lost ground?
Sony should never assume that market share is cast in stone.
Nintendo was a small company when I joined, and now it's a big company. For Nintendo to continue to grow, it cannot be the family company, I think.
However, their fortunes may rest heavily on the outcome of the court case on product safety grounds. Such is their influence that a defeat would be a big blow for the whole industry. But one thing's for sure, Nintendo will still be making games for many years to come.
Walmart, that's who'll be getting the outrageous fortunes treatment next week at 9 here on BBC Three. Next tonight, it's EastEnders.